What we seen in the previous lecture? Types of. Before that, I think we seen this planning process also. Then decision concept and decision making means what? We seen the decision making characteristics also. Then we discussed about the factors of decision making, right? Then your notification you can mute. Then I think we discussed about the decision making types, right? So this classification we discussed it in detail, but I don't think you have noted these points. Up to this, have you noted this point? Factors of decision making you have noted, right? So types of decisions. So one by one, we'll have dictation. Discussion is already made. So just a minute. Huh? Okay, so what you have written now? Types of decision. So title at least. Okay, so let us start with the first type, basic decision on strategy or strategic decision. Basic decision or strategic decision. Basic decision or strategic decision. In that, write down one sentence. All basic decisions are एक बंद करो यार. Don't write all the sentences, but I will say only write that much. All basic decisions are strategic decision which involves large range commitment, investment, etc. Second sentence. Very small mistake in such a decision will impact organization very badly. Second type, administrative decision. Second type, administrative decision. Note this as it is. company policy. Organizational decision reflects company policy. They can be delegated or transferred to others. Second sentence. Personal decisions refers to those made by a manager as an individual and these can't be delegated. Fourth type of decision, policy decision. Policy decision. Policy decisions are taken by the top management. Policy decisions are taken by the top management. Example already we discussed, not necessarily to note again. Fifth number, individual and group decision. Individual and group decision. The decision taken by an individual, an individual in the organization is known as individual decision. Second sentence, group decision. Second sentence, group decisions refer some sentence mistake is there. Group decision refer in the decision which group decision refers to decision sentence, maybe I think typing mistake. Group decisions are taken by, in this way you can write, group decisions are taken by a group of organizational member. Group of organizational member. For example, board of directors, committee experts, group of labor, etc. Group of labor, etc. Group of labor, etc. Sixth type of decision, routine decision. Routine decision. Routine decision. The type of decision made. The type of decision made when the problems are relatively well defined. Problems are relatively well defined and common. And then establish the rules. Comma policies and procedures can be used to solve them. Okay, so this is routine decision. And I think last one is adaptive decision. The type of decisions made when problems and alternative solutions are somewhat unusual. Unusual म्हणजे नेहमीसारखा नाही. Unusual आहे. Usual म्हणजे नेहमीसारखा असणार. Unusual and only partially understood. Okay, so these are the various types of decision. So with this, I would say like we completed planning part. So what we see in the planning part, we see meaning of planning, right? Types of plans. Then we discuss the steps or process in the planning. How many steps you should follow. Then we discuss the decision because decision making is a part of planning, right? So in decision making, we discussed its definition. Then we discussed types of decision, characteristics of this and factors of decision making. So these many parts we discussed. So whatever we discussed, it is up to only planning part. So this chapter includes 3 parts. First one is a planning, organizing, and third one is a staffing. So should we start organizing second point from this chapter? Okay. If there is no any doubt, online people will proceed to next bit. Write down the heading organizing. Organizing will be the heading, and below that, first point, nature/characteristics of organizing. Nature/characteristics of organizing. Now you can keep your pen paper aside and listen carefully. We are going to discuss in detail regarding organizing. So I think this is the third time we are discussing about the organizing. In the title of chapter, once we discussed in unit number 1 also we discussed the functions of manager, right? There also we discussed organizing, but not in detail. We discussed the just meaning. So here in detail, like planning, what we discussed, similar way we will discuss regarding organizing. So I think you understood the concept of organizing. It is just assigning the duties, grouping the tasks, establishing authority, and allocating the resources required to carry out the specific plan. Why organizing is required? Whatever plan you have made, to execute that plan, so this organizing will help. And what is happening in organizing? What tasks? Organizing includes assigning the duties. Means what? Assigning means देणे. काय द्यायचे? Duties, responsibilities. You do this. काम पण झालेलं नाही. In organizing, actual work is not happening, but here work assigning is happened, and after that actual work will start. So most of the time people will say like, is it like planning only? In planning also nothing is happened, actual activity is not happened, and in organizing also nothing is happened. But understand, planning is the imaginary process, right? In detail we discussed regarding planning, what planning it is, what you want to do in advance for future. You are deciding in advance what to do, that is planning. But if you want to execute the planning, organizing is essential. So what is happening as per the plan, assigning the duties is one of the tasks in the organization. Then grouping the task. There may be the big task, it should be divided into smallest element, right? And then it should be distributed to people. Suppose you want to produce one engine, so you should distribute, or you should group the task, like somebody will work on the engine block, somebody will work on the piston, right, connecting rod, nut bolts, right? So it may be grouped among the people. So in organizing, this is happened. And how it is happened, depending on expertise. कोणाला काय येतं. Financing is also one of the part if you are producing. So this is also coming under the grouping the task. One person cannot do all the tasks. Let it be small product. It should be grouped among the people according to their expertise. One design expert, one coloring expert, somebody may be expert in quality checking, right? एखादा एक्सपर्ट असेल मशिनरी ऑपरेशन करण्यामध्ये एक्सपर्ट असेल. सो इट शुड बी डिस्ट्रीब्युटेड. तुम्ही हे करा, काम झालेलं नाही, जस्ट इट इज डिस्ट्रीब्युटेड by grouping the task. Then establishing authority. Establishing authority means who will be the manager, who will be the team leader. We heard like team lead, something like that in industry. Team leader, right? Who will be the supporting person, who will be the labor. So authority should be established. So reporting person must be there, like who will report to whom, right? So that must be decided. That authority must be decided. Somebody should be the boss, no? For any of the activities, सगळेच boss असतील तर not possible, right? So somebody should be authority for any of the project. So its meaning is that establishing authority. Company मध्ये महत्वाचा आहे part. And allocating resources. काम दिलंय पण काय कसं पण मशीन नाही दिली, पैसे पण नाही दिले, रॉ मटेरियल पण नाही दिलं, only assigning the duties, nothing will happen. So assigning the resources, you take 10 people, you take this much money, you take this machinery. So allocating resources also, obviously required resources, not extra resources, to carry out the specific plan. हे कशासाठी करायचं? To carry out the specific plan, because first step is a planning. So planning is made for doing the activities. So if you want to carry the specific plan, what you decided, for that purpose organizing is essential. And in organizing, these many activities are there. How many? Assigning the duties, 1, grouping the tasks, 2, establishing authority, 3, and allocating the resources. आणि मग इथून पुढे ऍक्च्युअल काम चालू होते. इफ यू गिव्ह दिस मच थिंग, दिस इज अ प्लॅन, दिस आर द रिसोर्सेस, हे लोक आहेत, ते काम कंप्लीट करा, राईट? सो दिस इज ऑर्गनायझिंग. सो हॅव यू डिफरन्शिएटेड at least what is the planning and what is organizing? खूप थिन डिफरन्स आहे दोन्ही मध्ये, बरोबर? But on paper it is prepared. What you want to do, it is already decided. And here you are giving resources, you are grouping the task, assigning the duties. Actual work you are giving to people, right? So this is a very thin difference between these two, or you can say in between these two activities there is very thin line. Now, what are the characteristics of organizing? So let us discuss again one by one. Common objective. This is one of the characteristic of organizing. Every organization has common goals. Organizing is the done to achieve it. काय करायचं organizing? Organization has specific goal. They want to produce certain product. They want to enlarge their plant, right? So anything may be goal. Obviously, production related goal असतात most of the time. One party will come, they will say, I want to produce computer. Somebody will come and they will say like, I want to produce laptop. Somebody will come and they may say like, I want iPod, so something like that, right? Notepad, like that. So every organization has particular goal, right? So in this organizing is done to achieve it. असं आहे का की टीम केली आहे आणि त्यांना सांगितलं तुम्ही वेगळंच प्रोडक्ट करा, तुम्ही वेगळं करा, असं नाही होणार. Somebody may say like engine for the two-wheeler and somebody will say engine for four-wheeler. Difference is there, right? Engine it is there, but difference should be there, right? मग असं असेल तर काय होणार, डिफरंट गोल झाले. But if everybody is working for engine of four-wheeler, so you can say like they have common objective, they have common goal. समझले? In organizing, common goal must be there, and basically organizing is for that only. Then second characteristic is there, grouping tasks according to the nature of people. कुणाला पण काही काम देऊन जमेल का? अकाउंटंटला सांगितलं यू गो टू डिझाईन सेक्शन, डिझाईन वाला सांगितलं यू गो टू क्वालिटी सेक्शन अँड चेक द क्वालिटी. So this is very important, nature of people. While assigning the task, habits and nature of the people should be considered. Habit म्हणजे सवयी वगैरे ते अँगल नाही घेऊ नका. नेचर ते कुठल्या त्याची एक्सपर्टी पाहिजे, राईट? सो अकॉर्डिंग टू एक्सपर्टी दॅट टास्क शुड बी अलोकेटेड. कुणाला काही देऊन जमणार नाही. सो इन ऑर्गनायझिंग टास्क मस्ट बी असाइन्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू द नेचर ऑफ पीपल, वेदर दे आर एबल टू डू. एखादा असू शकतो निग्लेक्टिंग अप्रोच, सो यू शुड नॉट मेक हिम टीम लीड. He should be member of that particular task, right? Then next one is that prepare a proper authority structure defining hierarchy. Every authority position should be defined. एक महत्वाची characteristics आहे. Hierarchy, do you know meaning of hierarchy? Hierarchy कधी ऐकलेले? टीचरच्या वरती एचओडी, एचओडीच्या वरती डीन्स, डीनच्या वरती प्रिन्सिपल. This is hierarchy. So in industry also same thing is there. So like labor is there, below above labor supervisor is there, after that manager, right? Assistant manager, general manager, like that structure is there. So this is hierarchy, right? Top to bottom or top to bottom, bottom to top. So these are the hierarchy. म्हणजे कोण कुणाला reporting person आहे. So this is one of the important part. So proper authority structure is very, very essential. Who will report to whom? Because ultimately tasks should be monitored, right? Otherwise people will not work. Everywhere it is there. Human tendency means it should be, that activity should be monitored. विद्यार्थी अभ्यास करताय का नाही, झालाय का नाही, एक्झाम मधून टेस्ट केलं जातं, ते मॉनिटर केलं जातं. So in industry also task is given, whether people are doing or not. So for that purpose this authority structure is essential, and it should be proper one. सगळेच बॉस नको आहे. You should give certain tasks. You should be in the development part, you should be team lead, you should be manager. So in this organizing, this is essential task people do. Very, very essential task. Authority decide. कारण sometimes one person is not working properly on certain project, he should be changed and another person should be promoted for the manager post if somebody is not doing, right? So this is also an essential part, and it is one of the characteristic of this organizing. Then division of labor and assignment of the job. What is its meaning? To avoid the wastage of time, energy, resources. For that purpose it is very, very important. So what is it? Division of labor to avoid wastage of time, energy, resources, to get benefit of specialization. So you people should divide the labor, and unnecessary labor should not be there, manpower should not be there. So in short they have mentioned like in organizing, you people should focus on the time, energy and resources, so that utilization will be appropriate, and division of labor and assignment of the job is also one of the characteristic of organizing. Getting? Then communication channel, whom to contact, how. साहेबांना भेटायचे कसं, कुणाला भेटायचे कसं, right? Or how to communicate, whether the work is completed, in which medium you will follow, like design is completed, which kind of report you will submit. So deciding communication channel is also one of the part in the organizing. Communication channel means how people will communicate, because you have defined authority, right? You have distributed the task. कुणाचं झालंय नाही झालंय, how you will decide? So there should be the communication channel. Somebody will report through mail, somebody may report through telephone, somebody may report through paper, right? Or somebody may directly produce the product and will report to our boss like this is produced, like that. So communication channel is also part of the this organizing. You can say it is a characteristic. Then coordination. Coordination is very important, that integrates all functions. So for particular project, there may be the various functions. Assembly may be there, production maybe small features you want to produce. So why it is required coordination? एकाने नट बोल्ट वरती काम करतोय, एखाद्याने ड्रिलिंग इंटरनल थ्रेड वर, एखादं एक्सटर्नल थ्रेड आहे. दोन्हीचे स्पेसिफिकेशन सारखेच पाहिजे. If it is different, then assembly will not happen. So for that purpose, coordination is important. M20 internal hole, M20 external part bolt, like that. So this is coordination. I have given very simple example, but everywhere it is essential, and it will integrate all the functions. For that purpose, coordination is essential. It is also one of the characteristic of organizing. Then rules and regulation should be implied to all the people. हे पण characteristic आहे. बॉस दिला म्हणजे बॉसने कुठल्याही अँगलनी काही मनमानी कारभार चालणार नाही. बॉस इज ऑल्सो हॅव्हिंग सर्टन रूल्स रेग्युलेशन्स. कामच करून घ्यायचंय म्हणून 15 तास 16 तास काम करून घेणं नॉट पॉसिबल. So he has rules, like if somebody will work above 8 hours, he should get extra benefit for that. Right? So rules, regulations are there for everybody. So in organizing, this is also decided. Right? For smooth functioning, this is one of the activity which includes this in organizing. It is included. External environment. While organizing, external factors like legal, social, political factors should be considered. बाहेरचे ऑर्गनायझेशन मधले रूल्स रेग्युलेशन ओके, बट आउटसाइड रूल्स ऑल्सो इसेंशियल. Pollution related norms may be there, political pressure most of the time may be there, some unions are there. So you should consider while assigning the task. Otherwise, if you give huge load to labor, next day this union people will come in your organization, because external environment, certain things are also decided. तुम्ही लोकांना किती त्रास द्यायचा, त्रास मीन्स हाऊ मच वर्क यू शुड गेट फ्रॉम देम. देयर इज अ लिमिटेशन, salary limitation, right, as per the rules, like that. Then accumulation of resources. Resources involves manpower, material, machine, money, technology, etc. So accumulation means it should be collected. काम करायच्या आधी दुसरे लोक दिलेत पण कलेक्ट झाले पाहिजे. मशीन असायला पाहिजे ऍक्च्युली. manpower you have assigned, but manpower should be available, right? So such a various factors are very essential while doing the organizing. Organizing आपण म्हणतो की लोकांना काम द्यायचे, ड्युटी असाइन करायचे, टास्क डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करायचे, but while doing this you should know these characteristics. In industry, very essential part, right? Let it be you production manager, let it be you are in design department, everywhere these characteristics are applicable. So this is the nature of the organizing. What the idea? So what actually happening in organizing? समजले? एनी डाऊट? एक लक्षात आलं ऑर्गनायझिंग म्हणजे काय आहे? आपण फंक्शन ऑर्गनाइज करतो, राईट? आय हॅव गिवन एनालॉजी इन द फर्स्ट लेक्चर ऑल्सो. ऑर्गनाइज म्हणजे काय करतो? पत्रिका डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करणे, फंक्शन, एखादं मॅरेज आहे, जेवणाची व्यवस्था करणे, केलेली नसते, असाइन दिले, तुम्ही हे बघा, तुम्ही ते करा, लग्नाच्या दिवशी आहे रिसेप्शनला थांबा, like that. So we assign the duties, we group the task also. So this is the concept of the organization, and this is the function of manager. Manager has to do this. Yes, anything anybody want to ask? We discussed in detail what is the organization. So next lecture will dictate this part. Now today we'll stop here due to function. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir.
Online people, put your roll number in chat box and leave the meeting. Join the function online.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.